calm. Cinematic tone airports are strange places. Thousands of faces, endless noise, and everyone rushing somewhere. But at gate 47, something was about to happen that would shake the whole terminal. Soft tension builds. 19-year-old Maya Carter stood in line, holding her boarding pass and a smile. She was flying first class, excited to visit her father after months apart. She didn't know that in the next few minutes, her dignity would be torn apart like paper. Firm narration next, snapped the flight attendant. Her name tag said Trish, eyes sharp, voice cold. Maya handed over her ticket politely. "Good morning," she said. Sarcastic tone. Trish looked her up and down and sneered. "This line's for first-class passengers only." Pause. Maya smiled, still polite. "Yes, I know, that's my ticket." Tense beat, but Trish crossed her arms. "Sure it is. Try economy. Maybe they'll believe you there." Shock tone. Before Maya could respond, Trish ripped the ticket in half, tossed it into the trash, and said, "Now you can't board at all." Soft, emotional, the gate went silent. Maya's hands trembled as she picked up the torn pieces. People stared. Some filmed. Nobody helped. Gentle, broken voice, she whispered. "Why would you do that?" Cold reply, "Because I can," Trish said, turning away. Beat, then phone vibration, sound. Maya's phone buzzed. "Dad, you at the gate." Her fingers shook as she typed, "Yes, but there's a problem." ShiftTone.com. Deeper on the other end of that message was Jonathan Carter, a man used to solving problems because he didn't just work for an airline, he owned one. Pacing quickens when he heard what happened. His voice turned ice. "Stay right there, Maya," he said. "Don't move." Tense, cinematic build-up. 5 minutes later, the atmosphere at gate 47 changed. People whispered. Executives in suits entered the terminal, and walking right in front of them, Jonathan Carter himself. Authority, tone. He walked straight up to Trish. "Where's the young woman you refused to board?" Stammering voice, I don't know what you mean, sir." Firm, "You tore up my daughter's ticket." Beat, crowd, gasp, sound. Maya stepped forward. The resemblance was clear. The same eyes, the same quiet power. Angry, controlled voice, Jonathan said. "You didn't even scan it, did you? You just looked at her and decided she didn't belong." Pause. Trish froze. "I didn't know." Sharp, "Of course you didn't, because you didn't ask." Command tone. He turned to the supervisor. "Fire her now, and every second she's still here." "You're next." Beat, murmurs, gasps. Trish's arrogance vanished. She tried to speak, but security was already on its way. Calm narration. Jonathan looked at his daughter. "You okay, sweetheart?" Softly, "I'm fine," Maya said, holding back tears. "Just hurt." Fatherly tone. "That's why we build our own, so no one can treat us like we don't belong." Pause. Crowd claps faintly as Trish was escorted away. Jonathan addressed the gate. "This airline stands for respect. No one, no one, is above that." Crowd applause. Sound warm. Transition tone. Minutes later, Jonathan and Maya boarded the flight together. The captain greeted them personally. "Welcome aboard, Mr. Carter, Miss Carter." Soft music in first class. Maya whispered, "You didn't have to do that, Dad." Smiling, he replied, "No one disrespects my daughter. Not in my company." Beat, outside. Cameras flashed. The story spread like wildfire. Flight attendant fired after discriminating against CEO's daughter. Proud narration. But Maya didn't care about fame. She cared about change. Gentle, emotional, close. She looked out the window and said quietly, all she had to do was be kind. Her father nodded. And that's why we teach the lesson, even when it hurts. Soft piano fade. As the plane lifted through the clouds, Maya finally smiled again, stronger, wiser, and unbroken. Endingline.com, powerful. Because when you know who you are, no one can take your worth, not even with a torn ticket.